What is going on, everybody? SpykerZ here. Today I'm going to play a little bit of Ark, but I more or less want to go over the performance issues that I am receiving with Ark and many other players are receiving with Ark. Basically, what it boils down to is they designed this game to run on the highest, most ridiculous GTX Titans, the 980 series. And if you don't have any of those high-end cards, I know the Radeon Fury was just released. I don't know if I could get a hold of one. Probably not. But anyway, this game was released in a very, very unoptimized state. Basically, you can't change the draw distance. I haven't seen an option to. Let's go ahead and check the options here. You can adjust your resolution. I mean, there's no reason I can't play this on a 1920 by 1080. I do have an older system. I'm running an FX 8150. I'm running a 7970 with 3 gigs of memory. And I'm running 16 gigabytes of Corsair 1600 memory. I don't have the best system in the world, to be honest. It's older, but if you don't have these settings on something decent, there is a view distance here. But if you don't have these settings on high or epic, the game looks like crap. So let me just switch this to medium preset real quick, because a lot of people probably just go to that by default. All these other things, distance, field, shadowing. We'll just take a look at the game. I'm going to hit apply here. Apply, save. And then I'm just going to join a game, a random server here. Let's go with this guy here. But most people, when they buy a PC from the store, you just buy like whatever's on the shelf. And you should be able to run majority of games at like a low setting, and you would expect it. So here's a character creation. You can even see the shadowing on here. It's very pixelated. Anti-aliasing. The jaggies on the side, if you want to call them jaggies. I'm just going to use the default character, and I'll just let it be named Bob. I don't really care. For all intents and purposes, I'm just trying to show off the medium settings. Right away, you can see there's no clouds or anything like that. Everything seems a little pixelated. It reminds me. It almost reminds me of like Delta Force from back in the day, where everything just looks so pixelated. Look at this grass. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? Like, can I duck down and look at it? Like, come on. It's not terrible if you get up close, but like from a distance. Okay, let's stand up and run around here a little bit. It's very playable on medium, but God, I can't get over how terrible it looks. Oh, the big old guy over there. Yeah, but it runs fine on these settings. But let's look at the drastic differences here between this setting and look at that. Look at the texture change on that rock. Come on, seriously. Almost feels like lazy programming. I understand that they're trying to do a lot, but even at the lowest draw distance, I feel like I could see pretty far away. Okay, so let's go back into the options. I may have to rejoin the game. Let's just go to the next level, the high preset. As you can see, it says the low as a GTX 660, then a 770, 970, and then a Titan X for epic. Like that's what a $650 video card. Come on, most people don't have the money to do that. But we're just going to go ahead and switch it to high. We're going to apply these settings. View distance automatically changes to medium with that. Hit apply, hit save, and I don't feel like it applied the effects. So it should tell you that, but it does not. Now, as far as the gameplay goes itself, I actually kind of like the way the game plays. When you die, you die. Your character, you can just respawn somewhere, but you spawn with absolutely nothing. And it's kind of a random spawn if you choose to use your same character. But if you don't choose the same character, you can make another one and then select your spawn location again, which isn't too bad. It's a pretty solid game. I don't really plan on doing a review. It's just I want to say it's pretty solid as far as the gameplay goes. But again, the performance of the game itself versus the visual detail, it's a big compromise. Okay, this is at high settings. As you can already see, it's a little laggy, a little choppy, just loading everything in. But it looks significantly better. I mean, the grass, it's still a little sketchy, but it's a lot better. And this is just a medium preset. You could tweak the settings a little bit and probably get better performance. But just increasing the draw distance, look at this. I'm moving the mouse smoothly, and it's choppy as crap. And this is just at a high setting. And my system, like I said, isn't very new. And I suppose this is probably pretty playable. I could check the frame rates, but they're not going to be very impressive. 20, 25 frames per second. Run fraps and look at it, but it's pretty upsetting. But and here, look at the draw distance in the background here. I don't really have a way of pointing that out at the moment. But look how everything just kind of pops in. It's kind of an archaic way of doing things. Look at that, the rock popping in there. It's just kind of pixelated and coming into focus. They could do that so much better. There's so many other ways they could deal with that. But this is at high, and this is considered to be a high preset. But this is so much better than the medium. Look at these leaves. Look at all these leaves. They look great. And then you got your character. It's not anti-aliasing's a lot better. The lighting's better. But you really can't play this game happily on anything less than high. You really can't. As you saw, medium was bad. I can only imagine what low looks like. I'm going to switch it to low. I am actually very curious as to what the low setting looks like in this game. Let's just apply it and save. Oh my god. Look already. I'm not going to restart the game for this. That's silly. God, low is on par with medium. Your draw distance is damn near nothing. Look at that. That rock's not even that far away. But look at this. You couldn't play this. You're not playing a game in the late 90s. You can't play it like this. There's no way. And there's options for like the sky to change like the skybox, turn it on and off. I'm not sure why you'd even want to do that, to be honest. It's just one texture, I would imagine. Alright, so let's just, for the shits of it, let's go to Epic. Let's apply that. Hit save. Wow. And this is Epic without restarting the game from low. But we're gonna go ahead and restart it anyway. Scrolling. System requirements for PC. This is the minimum according to the Steam listing for the game, which is where I got this game from. It's 64-bit Windows 7 with Service Pack 1 and Windows 8. So it requires a 64-bit operating system, mostly because it requires 4,000 megabytes of RAM. So a 32-bit operating system will only see 3 gigs of RAM. So you need over 4 gigs of RAM to play this game. And this is the minimum requirements, guys. A 2 gigahertz dual-core 64-bit CPU. For some reason, I don't think it's going to run very well on that CPU. A 2 gigahertz CPU, no way. This is a DirectX 10 compatible GPU with a gigabyte of video RAM. That's not too unreasonable. DirectX version 10, and you need 20 gigabytes plus of hard drive space. It says 20,000 megabytes. I'm just going to go up and make it 20 gigabytes. It's not exactly that. But Jesus criminy. Let's see. That's the only interesting thing. Okay, so let's just go ahead and we're Joe today. We're going to pick 6 here. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to be 5. We're going to be the short guy. So we're going to be Joe. Let's see what Joe can see. As you can see, it's... this isn't terrible until you see the terrain. But, you know, I'll be honest. It feels like this is just as choppy on the Epic difficulty. But look how beautiful this looks on Epic. Like, it's raining, so that kind of ruins it. But it's kind of a neat feature that it rains. But look how good this looks. Look, a rock. That is a gorgeous rock. And the chat thing, I wish that wasn't on. I'm not going to change it. But like, it's such a drastic difference between medium difficulty to high, and then high to ultra, or epic, or whatever they call it. Here, let's go to this thing. But I'm getting about the same frame rates that I'd be getting on high, on ultra, and I'm just running a 7970. Okay, I'm out of the rain. Oh god. Okay, well, there were some flying dinosaurs, paleosaurs, or whatever the heck they are. But the game looks so gorgeous in this visual preset. Like, you want to play it on this, but it's, again, I'm getting like 25 frames per second. You can just feel it in your bones. It's really upsetting. Why? Just wander this way a little bit. Oh, let's not upset him. Look, you can still see it as I'm approaching these areas, the way the grass pops into focus even. Well, let me get back up on this hill and look down. Well, maybe hopefully I don't get killed. But as I go down this hill here, yeah, I know I need to rest for a moment, but I don't plan on resting. It's just amazing how the developer could create this game and this world and just totally not... You see the way things are popping in? Look at the reflection in the water even. It looks so good. But as you approach things from a far view distance, everything just kind of pops in and pixelates in. It's really a weird transition. Don't really care for it. Let's go over here and check this guy out. I've actually never approached one of these before. I don't know what this obelisk thing is. There's a Tyrannosaurus Rex right there. You know what? YOLO. You only live once, kids. Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out. Let's just go over here and check it out. You know, I'm gonna die if I jump down there. Damn. I want to check that out. It's a dodo. Dodo. But it's so choppy in this area. Just walking around. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, look, I leveled up. I don't really care about that, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to try to, like, go down this hill. I probably will die. Let's be honest. I don't know what this... Oh, God, I'm dying. Dead. Yeah, figures. Hey, even at the highest graphics settings, as you can see, you can respawn in a random location, like I said. But even at the highest settings, it runs about the same as high for me, personally. And it looks a million times better. But it's barely playable. Like, this is not something... Imagine if you had a whole bunch of players and you were trying to, like, cooperate and do something together. This would lag even more. Let's, approach the Triceratops, guys. Trike. I wish it was daylight, not night. You'd see these guys better. I mean, the dinosaur looks really good. Really does. So anyway, guys, that's just kind of a graphic representation of the game. This, again, the performance issues that I'm experiencing personally. Like, it looks good at this preset, but anything medium or lower, which is what most people will have to play this game on, it's just insane. Like, there's nothing over in this way in the water, but it's still the same frame rates that I'd be getting if I turned around and looked at the forest and the mountains. So I feel like some sort of optimization definitely needs to happen for this game if it's going to be successful. I feel like it's getting off to a strong start, but it's not going to hold the top spot for any length of time if they cannot work out these bugs and add some sort of clipping or something into this game. Because right now it's just rendering everything. Before you go over that hill, it's rendered everything already for the most part. It's just a draw distance based thing. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that was just a quick view of what I am seeing as far as performance goes. If you have any responses to this or any better luck with other video cards, maybe NVIDIA based, or even if somebody's crazy enough to run it on like an Intel chipset or even an APU or some integrated graphics, I'd be interested to see that as far as the video quality goes and the frame rates go. So just post a response down below or just be a comment, maybe some screenshots even. But I'm going to end this right here, and I will see you in the next episode.